And welcome back to the 45th annual Lions All-Star Game here in Tracy, California. Dustin Brakebill here for KXVS Sports as we get ready to go. The second half will get you underway in shortly. And we got this game going underway in a second. 12 minutes to go, 10-0, the South leading this game. Edmund Adams is going to kick it off for the South. Back to receiver, Ruben Lee for the North. And the second half is underway from Wayne Schneider Stadium in Tracy. And Lee lets this one touch back. And the North will start at the 20-yard line. Quentin Gaines coming out, the starting quarterback for Team North. We saw Isaiah Gomez for one series. He got injured, and we haven't seen him since. So it looks like Quentin Gaines the rest of the way for Team North. Gaines, very familiar with Anthony Martinez's air raid system. Gaines looking to the sidelines for the call. Gaines claps one time, low snap. Gaines looks to the right, finds the man Ruben Lee. Quick yardage for Team North. Second and 10, 11:41 to go. 10-0 still for the South. Gaines getting his formation in order. Claps one time, gets the ball, hands it off to number 25, Michael Ramos. Ramos has the ball, gets to the 50-yard line, gets pushed out of bounds. Ramos with a nice run right there out of Lathrop High School. Gaines getting the signs from Anthony Martinez. Claps once. Back in the shotgun. Looking. Finds an open man in Ruben Lee. Ruben Lee grabs the ball from Brookside Christian. Has one man to beat. Beats that man. Trips himself up. Nice play right there by Quentin Gaines. As I talked about in the second quarter with Coach Murray, this offense kind of sluggish for Quentin Gaines, but he's getting more reps, so he's ready to go in the air raid system. Gaines getting the information, as I said, from the Lincoln coaching staff, the former quarterback at Lincoln. Hurry up offense now. Gets the ball, hands it off to Ramos. Ramos has the nice gap there. Flag on the play, but this offense is ready to go for the second half. See what the call is. 10:59 to go in the second quarter. And they're going to march the ball up. They called it on the South. Too many men on the field. Gaines gets the ball, but it looked like a offsides on the South. A nice little play right there from his offensive line, helping him out there right there, because we saw that before that play, the center, Royal, talked to Gaines about something he saw, and they saw that. Gaines hands it off to Ruben Lee. Ruben Lee looking to get something, and the South tripped him up right there. The North looking to capitalize right there. Quentin Gaines getting the information. It's coming in slowly from the sidelines, but as we said earlier, he knows his offense pretty well. Quentin Gaines gets the ball, goes to his left, looking for the open man. Gets tripped up, though, instead. Nice play by the South right there. Third down now for the North. They need to capitalize right here. They've had plenty of mistakes in the first half. They need to come away with the series with some kind of points. Gaines barking out orders. Moves Ramos to his right side. Gaines looks, steps back, drops, throws it up in the air. And nice defensive play by the South right there to get in front of the North. That was intended for Jordan Watley from Edison High School. The Soul Vikings. Gaines back in shotgun, looking, scrambles his right, pointing out something, looking for anybody open, throws it up in the end zone, overthrows his open man, and turnover on downs for the North. The North needed to come away with something right there. They didn't get anything, but nice field advantage for the South. Nice field advantage for the North, turning over on downs. Gabe Sanchez, the starting quarterback of the second half for the South. Hands it off. Nope. Keeps it. And no. Nice play right there out of the number 35, the guy from Tracy High School going to Oregon State, as Coach Murray mentioned earlier. He's been all over the field on the defensive side of the ball for the North. Sanchez in the backfield with two running backs in his both sides. Hands the ball off. Defensive line got good ball off the movement right there, and that was number 66, Carson Killia from Somerville High School in Tuolemne County. Couple players from the Motherload League in this game. Motherload League consists of Sonora High School, Somerville High School, Bret Hart High School, Calaveras High School, Amador, and Argonaut High School. And they're going to call a timeout right there by Gabe Sanchez. Back after this on the Voice of Stockton in a few seconds. Welcome back to the broadcast. Gabe Sanchez looking for somebody. He found Jordan Porter right there. Nice play by the kid out of Turlock High School. Out of bounds, though. Jordan Porter from Turlock High School, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast this evening. He's been good all night long. Third down for the South. They're backed into the end zone for the North right now, but the referee has called something. Illegal man downfield. I have a spotter in the booth tonight. Ruben leading the backfield of wide receiver cornerback from Brookside Christian in Stockton. He has speed. And we've seen a couple bad snaps tonight, so these long snappers are not used to... maybe some of them aren't long snappers throughout their season, so... somebody has to get off the field because there's 12 people on the field. So Ruben Lee back to punt. Adams punting. Another high snap by the long snapper for the South. That one kick is not that good, and it's going to get good a field advantage for the North. And the wind had to be a factor right there. Big time. It's usually hot during the Lions All-Star game, but this year it's pretty cool and nice out. So I'm not complaining. I don't need 100 degrees weather here in Tracy this evening, but Quentin Gaines coming out. As again I mentioned, Isaiah Gomez only played one series. They usually alternate quarterbacks, but after a big hit on him, he's probably going to sit the rest of the night. Quentin Gaines, the starting quarterback for Lincoln High School this past season, hands it off to Lee Webb. Lee Webb gets a couple yards. Lee Webb, like a bowling ball size. If you think of Michael Tolbert, the former running back in the NFL, or a couple other players, that's what kind of size he is. Gaines claps one time, looks to the sidelines for another call. Lee Webb switches to the other side. Claps again as Gaines. Gaines hands it off to Webb. Webb takes the ball, gets a couple yards. We usually see a high-scoring offensive game in this All-Star game, but we see defense tonight, which is a rare factor now in football. Usually the first team to 40 wins. Sorry if you're a defensive coach watching this game. Hand off to Lee Webb. Lee Webb gets the ball, gets taken down. Hands the ball off. And Quentin Gaines has the ball. Quentin Gaines gets the ball. Looking, has to get rid of it. Finds somebody, doesn't find somebody, and he gets taken to the ground, and he's asking the refs, where is the call for, I guess, quarterback unprotectedness? He needs a call, and he doesn't get it. But the North with another opportunity, and I guess they're going to kick this one, which we haven't seen tonight. So this should be an interesting turnover on downs once again. Guess the North doesn't trust their kicker. Or it's an air raid system, so there is no kicker on the roster. Everything's fourth down. Motion, but they're going to call illegal, I think. False start. False start. Another man in motion, hands it off. Cabrero keeps the ball, looking, gets taken down by a couple Team North members. Kaya from Somerville's in there, number 66. It's nice to see some of these smaller schools have some representation in these games. Cabrera has the ball, hands it off. Looking, no go. This defensive line's playing really good so far in the second half for Team North. Third down for the South and 12 to go. Cabrera looks, steps back, looks for an open man, throws it, finds it, and they're going to call a catch. No catch. It looked up here from like he caught it, but as we mentioned in the second quarter, what is a catch in football anymore? So here comes the punting unit for the South, who, unlike the North, trusts their kicker. So another hopefully good field position for Ruben Lee and Team North. Look out for the high snap again, and in this wind, this could be disaster. And another person has to run off the field, so looking not to get a penalty. Adams back to punt. Gets the ball. Nice snap right there. Nice kick this time. Nice spiral. And this is the opposite of Ruben Lee. And this one's going to land out of bounds at the 28-yard line. So here comes Quentin Gaines and the offense for Team North. And that was actually a nice punt this time. 10-0. 4:23 remaining in the first quarter from Tracy High School. Back in a second. Welcome back to the broadcast. Quentin Gaines has the ball back for Team North. Hands it off to Ramos. Ramos, nice little play right there. Ramos has some speed. He's had a couple of those big time plays, the kid from Lathrop High School. Lathrop High School about 15 minutes, not even that, from Tracy High School. One of the smaller schools in the section also, as we mentioned. But they're developing a nice nucleus of players around that region. Gaines has the ball. As I mentioned, the quarterback this evening basically all night. Downfield, spiral not very good. And it looked like a push-off, but they caught it. That's Mason James. From Edison. That was a weird-looking spiral. It looked like a push-off for a second, but quick and go to hand off to Ramos by Gaines. Spins out of this one. Ramos looking for somebody, looking for daylight, and this kid's very good so far tonight. He has some power for a smaller guy and some speed, so it's nice to see that. Quentin Gaines has the ball. Quarterback, and they're going to look the snap as soon as the referee says go. Looks the ball. Gaines passes out to Ruben Lee. Ruben Lee looking for the end zone and fumble, but it's going to go out of bounds unless they save it, and it's out of bounds. Ruben Lee had to be careful right there. That was almost a catastrophic play for the North. Stripped away, but luckily it went bounced the way of the North. as the wind's taking more of a factor on this side of the field now. If I'm Team North, I try to get the ball in the hands of Michael Ramos because he's been the most effective game changer so far tonight. And here they go again, and he slipped up, and the turf ate him up. Gaines and Ramos tonight have been probably the most effective players so far as big-time spark. Throw Ruben Lee in there, too. Gaines looks for the singles from the coaching staff. Switches Ramos to the other side. Looking. Gaines passes the ball. Finds an open man. And that's Watley from Edison. Not a lot of damage there so far for the North. And it's 4th down. And as we said all night, Lincoln coaching staff is not comfortable with their kicker they have on the roster tonight, so they're going to go for it. Mike Leach would approve. Rich Eisen wouldn't because he thinks kickers and punters are people too. Gaines steps back, looks for an open man. That's what we've been saying all night. Can't find the open man. And turnover on downs once again for the North. 10-0 in the 45th annual Lions All-Star Game. 2:21 remaining in the third quarter. Back after this, quick messages from KXVS. Welcome back to the Lions All-Star Game, 45th Annual. South has the ball, and North's defense is kind of keeping him on the side of the field, and it's been South basically all night so far, so it's interesting to see what happens right now. Multiple times the North has gone for it on a 4th down, and they haven't cashed in. Sanchez back in there, hands the ball off. And nice tackle by number 42 of the North. Cameron Gamino from Ripon High School. And it's a fumble recovery. That was a great hit by Team North, and they're looking to capitalize on this one, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Gaines trying to get the offensive call from the North coaching staff. They are led by Anthony Martinez of Lincoln. They're trying to get some situation in there. Ramos coming back in, and there looks like confusion out there so far. North needs this in a big time right now to get back into this game. And the umpire and the head referee are meeting right now to talk over something. For more information on the Voice of Stockton, go to thevoiceofstockton.org. As I mentioned throughout the evening, Quentin Gaines has been the starting quarterback all night. Basically, Isaiah Gomez took one series and got injured, and we haven't seen him since. And we see the big fella in there from Sonora High School, number 45, Jack Camara, the linebacker and the fullback. But they're going to look to run behind him. Gaines has the ball, and that wasn't very effective, the scramble. They're trying to punch it in when usually this is an air raid offense, so they're running it. Gaines gets the signal from the coaching staff. barking out some orders to his wide receivers on the left and to the right. Has the ball, hands it off to the big man, Camara. Camara takes it for a couple yards. And here comes Lee Webb. Camara to Sonora High School, the Wildcats in the Motherlode League, formerly of the VOL, the Valley Oak League. Hands it off to Lee Webb. Gaines has the ball, but reverse to Ruben Lee. Ruben Lee has the ball and scrambles close to the goal line. Fourth down, they're going for it now. And Quentin Gaines looking to get his team on the board, as he has all night trying to do. Gaines has the ball, looking, scrambles to the left, goes back to the right, tries to find an open man, overthrows him. And that was intended for, I believe, Watley. And the South will take over on downs once again. As we tend to mention, we haven't seen any kicking really from the North tonight, so it's not surprising, and it is surprising that they don't at least try to get a couple points on the board in a 10-0 ball game. The South currently leading. And the South will be taking over once again. Welcome back to the broadcast. Hands it off the South, and they get taken down by a couple of the North players. And we are in the fourth quarter. The South leads 10, the North 0 here at the 45th Annual Lions All-Star Game from Tracy High School. Back after this on the Voice of Stockton. Welcome back to the 45th Annual Lions All-Star Game. South has the ball. They're leading 10-0. Second down. Run for Team South. Timeout on the field injury. We'll take a quick break right here on the Voice of Stockton. Lions All-Star Game 45th Annual from Tracy High School. Team South leading 10-0, and they're backed into their own end zone. Have the ball. Looking for the open man. Looking for somebody. You got to scramble. Looking. Safety. 2 points. There's your points for Team North, and they're finally on the board. 10-2 now. And that had disaster written all over it for Team South. So Team North is on the board, but it comes via the defense, and it's the fourth quarter, so 11 minutes to score a couple more points for Team North and get a victory tonight. So and it's really windy tonight, folks. It's really windy tonight, so it's a nice cool breeze in the Central Valley, and that was not my soda can that flew out of the press box. So they're looking to kick the ball right now on a free punt. And we're getting ready to get the ball for Team North. So anytime now, once these referees figure it out. And so somebody's going to have to hold the ball because it's really windy, as I mentioned a second ago. So maybe some fog can roll in and we'll have like a Central Valley Fog Bowl. Kick is up and good. Picked up by Watley. Watley has the ball, looking for some afterburners. Watley misses one man. Watley bounces off another man. And finally at midfield gets taken down. And Quentin Gaines and the offense is coming back out there for, well, basically to take the lead, looking to take the lead. At midfield for Team North. Bounces it off to 6. That was James, and that was a nice bounce off a defender and got a couple yards out of that. Quentin Gaines getting signals from the Lincoln coaching staff. As I mentioned all night, the air raid system. Gaines drops the ball and recovered on it really quick. Second and 8, 10:36 to go. Fourth quarter, 10-2, South leads. Gaines steps back, looks, delivers downfield to Ruben Lee. Ruben Lee drops it. It was right in his hands, and either it hit off his face mask or he just dropped it plainly. That was actually a good throw from Quentin Gaines. Quentin Gaines back in shotgun, looking, looks for somebody, finds Ruben Lee, and that's close to a first down, but no. And they're going to call it a catch. They did call it a catch. He'll be short of the first down. And a change of possession once again. The offense can't get going for the North. So many opportunities tonight, and not a lot of payoff. And flag on the play. False start. From Wayne Schneider Stadium here, 45th Annual Lions All-Star Game here at Tracy High School. .10-12 remaining. Handed off by Sanchez, and not a lot of yards by the South right there. Second down. Great crowd tonight, as always, at the Lions All-Star Game. Sanchez keeps the ball, takes it himself, the quarterback keeper. Camara with the tackle, the kid from Sonora High School. The linebacker. I noticed one thing real quick. One of the, I believe the left tackle is telling the offensive line what their play call is. Sanchez back in motion, looking for somebody, and throws it. Ruben Lee right there in the coverage. Porter was the attendant wide receiver, I believe, and both guys have played two ways tonight, so it's been very fun to watch those two guys playing quarterback and wide receiver. And it looked for a second like the defense got confused and they didn't know what they were doing, but nice recovery by Ruben Lee. And 9 minutes remaining in the game, and kind of seeing confusion on both sides of the ball. And they're going to punt it now. Fourth down. Adams, nice pick up, and that was botched. And that's going to land at a 51-yard line. Midfield. 49, excuse me. And Team North is going to try to capitalize. They need it in a big way in this game. And they need some kind of payoff right now. Quentin Gaines has the ball, hand off to Ramos. Gaines has the ball, looking for the Ramos. Ramos has the ball. Nice little short pass, and Ramos picks up a couple yards and the first down. Ramos has been one of the most effective players on offense tonight so far for the North. And if I'm them, I look to get the ball to either him or Ruben Lee. Those guys have been the most effective guys on offense tonight. Gaines claps once time. Looking for an open man. Throws it downfield. Long. Good pass. And is it intercepted? And it is intercepted by the South. Quentin Gaines threw that one up there. And the South defender jumped up and grabbed that one down. And that was intended for number 2, Jordan Watley. 8 minutes remain, and this game has been all defense tonight. And we're used to seeing line to all-star games where we see that 35-point and more streak. That might be coming to an end tonight. Unless a miracle happens. Handoff right there, but North there to squash it. The defense has been very impressive on both sides of the ball tonight. We typically talk about offense when it comes to all-star games, but the defense has showed up tonight for both teams. Looking to scrabbles, Cabrera looking. Finds an open man, number 7. Kendrick Bond from Patterson. Grab that ball and put the afterburners on. He gets to at least around the 25-yard line. And I believe there was a flag on the play. They picked it up and they're moving the ball to the 41-yard line. Feels like October, but it's June here at Wayne Schneider Stadium at the 45th Annual Alliance All-Star Game. I guess the football weather showed up this evening. Cabrera throws it out there to Porter, but Porter has the ball, and that's going to be around the 48-yard line. Handoff to number 32, Oliver Perez from Houston. Seven minutes and 20 seconds left in this game. Snap, handoff to Perez. Perez looking to find somebody. That was number 5, Estevan Bargain. And 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. The North needs a miracle right here to either get the ball back or not, because this game is winding down and it looks like the South will run it the rest of the way to milk the clock. 45th Annual Lions All-Star Game, as I mentioned, here at Tracy High School in Tracy, California. Cabrera has the ball. Nice handoff to Gary Egan, and no, says the North. And 5:50 remaining, 10-2, third and 18 to go for the South. Handoff to Egan. Egan takes the ball. Nope. Number 44 on the tackle, Mendoza from Lincoln High School. Heavy Lincoln present on the field tonight for the players as also as the coaching staff. 5:05 remaining. And it is really cold tonight. And back to punt. 4th down. Adams has the ball. Kicks it up in the air. Nice punt. Kicks it away from Ruben Lee. And that one goes out of bounds around the 20-yard line. So it's the North. Time to try to take the lead with 4:44. 10-2 South is leading. And Quentin Gaines and the North team looking to take away a victory here from the South. Gaines has the ball, gets it, hands it off to Lee Webb. Lee Webb, nice turn of the corner, and a flag is called. I don't know what they're going to call right here. Might be a hold on Ruben Lee. That could back up the offense. It is a hold, and it is on number 1, Ruben Lee. So the North is doing what it has been doing all night, taking 1 step forward and taking 2 steps backwards. Quentin Gaines gets the ball, looking for somebody, scrambling, takes himself, can't find anybody, and ooh, he got hit and his helmet came off. Let's hope he's okay, and he is down. Let's take a break in the action real quick. Injury timeout here on KXVS, the voice of Stockton. Welcome back to the broadcast booth. Quentin Gaines just came off the field. His helmet popped off. The rule is if your helmet comes off, you have to sit out at least 1 play. So they're going to check on him. Looks like Ruben Lee's going to take the snaps for the rest of the way. So Ruben Lee looking at Coach Anthony Martinez for some play. Ruben Lee gets the ball. Low snap. Picks it up. Looking for somebody. And Ruben Lee has the ball. And Ruben Lee's doing a little magic right there. First down. Ruben Lee. Ruben Lee, the third string quarterback coming into this game. Quentin Gaines started this game. Isaiah Gomez came in for 1 series only, and he was out. Quentin Gaines coming off the bench right now and saying he's okay. Ruben Lee hands the ball off to Ramos. Ramos picks it up a little bit, and he gets out to around midfield. And Quentin Gaines trying to get back in this ball game, talking to Coach Martinez. But it'd be interesting to see what happens here because the offense is kind of picking up under Ruben Lee right now. Three minutes and 44 seconds left in the game. Fourth quarter, 45th Annual Lions All-Star Game. Ruben Lee gets the ball. Wildcat right here. Ooh, and that was a big hit. You could hear all the way up here to the press box. And here comes Quentin Gaines. Nice effort right there by Ruben Lee for the last couple plays. Quentin Gaines back in at quarterback for Team North. Snaps, gets the ball, hands off to Ramos. Ramos looking for any open field, and a fumble picked up by Jordan Porter. Porter, 20, 10, 5, house, ball game basically for the South. Jordan Porter with the fumble recovery for the touchdown from Turtle Rock High School. He's been impressive all night. No flags down, so 2 minutes and 49 seconds, 16-2. Team South is leading. And they're going to go for one right here, so waiting any second for the field goal, or the point after, excuse me. 16-2, 2:49. Up and in, that one's good by Adams. Excuse me, 17-2, so we're looking for the Miracle and Tracy for Team North, as the game is basically, they need something to happen right here for Team North. .219 remaining. Adams is going to have somebody hold the ball for him because it's a blustery night in Tracy. As I mentioned, it really does feel like October, but it's really June. Ball up. Back to receive it. It's Team North, but it's a touchback. .248 remaining. Quentin Gaines back in there at quarterback. High snap, gets the ball looking to throw it away, and just throws up and lobs it. And there's a flag on the play. The umpire picks up his flag. Gonna go talk to the head referee now. Gaines back in shotgun. Gaines looking. Gaines looking for the open man, looks for Ruben Lee. Ruben Lee intercept it, and it's ball game basically. Intercepted by number 21, Eric Dobbins, and he gets taken down at the 10-yard line. And there's a couple players down for the North. One of them, and again, is Quentin Gaines. The other is Lee Webb. So 2:31 remaining. Let's take a break in the action right here on the Voice of Stockton. Welcome back to the broadcast. Dustin Brakebill here. 45th Annual Lions All-Star Game, football game. Just had an interception by the South, 17-2. They are currently leading, 2:31 remaining in the fourth quarter. And could we say we had a lack of offense this year at the Lions All-Star Game? Yes, but defense has shown up. And another flag, and that's been thrown all over the field tonight. They're going to back up the South. Handoff by the South. And they pick up about 4 yards. .204 remaining. Handoff once again. 150 remaining. And the clock is winding down, and the South is just looking to let this clock run down, basically. Maybe they get another touchdown out of it, but they have the commanding lead. And a nice takedown by number 44, Mendoza of Lincoln High School. 55 seconds remaining in the game. South has the ball. Fourth down. They're just going to let this clock wind down. Hand is off. They're going to look. Touchdown. Touchdown, the South. And the South will win the 45th annual Lions All-Star Game here in Tracy this season. And the North had many opportunities this evening, but they cannot capitalize. The South with a victory this evening, 23-2 right now. Quarterback draw. That was Gabe Sanchez out of Patterson High School. And Adams is on for the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. With 22 seconds remaining in this game, 24-2, Team South leads. As I mentioned, 22 seconds remaining in this game. The South looking for another Lions All-Star victory. Adams ready to kick this one away. They're getting the ball set. The wind is knocking that one down. And there it goes again. And it's up. Back. The received touchback for Team North. So 22 seconds, as I've been mentioning, remaining in the game. Lee Webb back at quarterback right now. Wildcat up the middle. And they might get one play off, but it looks like the clock will count down. And it will. And your 45th annual Lions All-Star football game is in the books. And the winner of this year's game is Team South 24-2. And we expected a offensive array tonight. We did not see it. We saw a defensive battle. Thank you to everybody at the Lions All-Star Game for tuning in tonight and watching us right here on the Voice of Stockton. For KXVS Sports, I'm Dustin Brakebill. Have a good evening from Tracy, California.